Hello everyone, it's me. I am so excited to take you on a journey to one of the most beautiful places on Earth, Palawan. Limestone cliffs rising from turquoise water, secret lagoons you can swim into, and sand so white it almost hurts your eyes. It's a dream. But a big question always comes up. Should you go budget or should you splurge on luxury? I decided to find out for myself. Today I'm going to walk you through a 3-day island hopping adventure, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. I'll be your guide, sharing my experiences on both sides of the travel coin. What does your money actually get you? Backpacker-friendly budget route, social vibes and simple pleasures, exclusive luxury experience, private service and all the comforts you could ask for. I'll give you the real costs, day-by-day activities, what you can expect from your meals, and where you'll lay your head at night. Think of this as a split screen in your mind. On the left, budget, me, living it up with new friends. On the right, luxury me, enjoying the quiet and solitude. Which journey is better? This isn't just about the money, it's about the experience itself. Does a higher price tag guarantee a better time? Or does the simple, authentic feel of a budget trip create more lasting memories? We'll explore the pros and cons of each. I'll also throw in some of my favorite practical tips for packing, handling money, and staying safe. So, grab a cool drink, settle in, and let's set sail for the stunning islands of Palawan. Our 3-day cost showdown is about to begin, and you have a front row seat. Whether you're a solo traveler looking to meet people, a couple on a romantic getaway, or a family wanting to make incredible memories, we'll cover everything from booking your tour, maybe with a trusted local operator like Nido Tours, also known as Sequest. Our adventure begins in the bustling town of Nido, gateway to the Budged archipelago. For my budget journey, the morning was a whirlwind of activity. I joined about 20 other travelers at the main pier. The energy was electric. We all boarded a traditional wooden boat called a bangka. It was cozy to say the least. Our first stop was the famous Big Lagoon. We jumped into the cool, clear water and swam toward the entrance. It was incredible, but definitely crowded. The cost for a 3-day group expedition like this starts around 18,000 pesos, roughly $300. It's an all-in-one package, which makes budgeting super easy from the start. Now let's switch over to my luxury experience.
This is what freedom feels like!
Instead of a crowded pier, I was picked up and escorted to a private premium speedboat. A welcome drink was waiting for me. Fresh mango juice.
This is freedom!
We headed to the Big Lagoon too. We went an hour earlier than the main group tours. We had the entire majestic lagoon almost to ourselves. The silence was only broken by the sound of our paddles in the water. After our swim, the crew had set up a comfortable lounge area on the boat. This level of service and exclusivity comes at a price. A 3-day private tour can range from 35,000 to 60,000 pesos per person, about $600 to $1,000. Lunchtime really highlighted the differences. On the budget tour, our crew prepared a simple, delicious meal right on the boat while anchored near a beach. Grilled fish, chicken, big bowl of rice, bananas, watermelon. We all ate together, sharing stories and passing dishes around. It felt like a big family picnic. The food was part of the tour package, so there were no extra costs to worry about. On the luxury side, lunch was an event. Our private chef prepared a gourmet meal on board. Grilled prawns, fresh salads, with vinaigrette, a platter of tropical fruits. We dined at a table set on a secluded beach the crew knew about. It was peaceful, personal, and felt incredibly special. The attention to detail was what you were paying for. As evening approached, the paths diverged even more. For my budget trip, we docked at an island and set up camp in simple beach tents. For my luxury trip, I was shown to a beautiful private cabin at an exclusive island resort. Day 2 on my budget adventure started with the sun peeking over the horizon and the sound of waves. After a simple breakfast of coffee, toast, we were back on our banka boat bright and early. The goal was to beat some of the other tour groups to the popular spots. We headed to a place called Secret Beach, swim through a small opening in the rocks to get to it. Reveal of Secret Beach. It felt like discovering a lost world. Later, we went snorkeling at a public reef. Coral close-up, colorful fish. The shared experience continued to be a highlight as we all pointed out cool things we saw underwater. Meanwhile, my luxury day 2 began at a much more relaxed pace. I enjoyed a leisurely breakfast at the island resort before boarding my private boat. My guide had a different plan for me. Instead of going to the well-known secret beach, he took me to a tiny, unnamed cove that wasn't on any of the standard tour maps. We were the only 2 people there. It was pure magic. For snorkeling, I had a private guide who not only fitted my gear perfectly, he also knew exactly where to find the most vibrant marine life, like clownfish hiding in anemones. This personalized attention made the underwater experience feel much more intimate and educational. Lunch on the budget tour was another fun, communal affair. The crew set up a barbecue on a sandy stretch of beach. We all pitched in to help. The smell of grilled food filled the air, and the atmosphere was just so cheerful and friendly. It's these simple, unscripted moments that often become the best memories. In the afternoon, our group visited a small local village where we got a little glimpse into island life. We chatted with some of the residents and bought some handmade souvenirs. On the luxury tour, lunch was a private beach picnic, but elevated. The chef prepared a multi-course meal served with chilled wine. I spent the afternoon just relaxing on a sun lounger, reading a book while the crew waited discreetly nearby. I was even offered an optional shoulder massage right there on the beach. It was the ultimate in relaxation. As evening fell, my budget journey took me back to our beach camp for another night under the stars. My luxury journey, however, involved an overnight stay on a beautiful catamaran, gently rocking to sleep with the sound of the ocean right outside my window. The contrast was incredible. The final day of my budget expedition began with one last group activity, and we all jumped back on our boat, headed to a stunning coral garden for a final snorkel. It felt like a farewell tour of Palawan's underwater kingdom, everyone trying to soak in the last few moments. We saw giant clams and even a sea turtle gliding gracefully by. By midday, our crew served our last simple lunch on the boat as we started our journey back toward El Nido. The mood was happiness from the adventure, and a little sadness it was ending. We spent the ride sharing photos and swapping contact information. On the luxury side, my last day was all about savoring the peace and quiet. There was no rush. I woke up on the catamaran and enjoyed a freshly brewed coffee while watching the sun rise over the limestone karsts. We took a slow, scenic cruise back toward the mainland, passing by islands we hadn't seen before. My guide pointed out interesting rock formations and shared local legends about them. For lunch, the chef prepared a spectacular platter of fresh seafood. An inclondengni lobster, which we enjoyed on the deck of the boat. It was a truly decadent and relaxing way to cap off the trip, feeling completely disconnected from the hustle and bustle of the world. Arriving back in El Nido was a different experience for each journey. With the budget group, we all disembarked together, a lively bunch of new friends saying our goodbyes on the busy pier. It was a bit chaotic but full of warmth. We exchanged hugs and promises to stay in touch. I had a little time to wander through the town and pick up a few souvenirs before heading off on my own. The tour officially ended at the dock, so any further transport to the airport or my next hotel was my own responsibility. My luxury return was seamless. As we approached the port, a private van was already waiting for me. The crew handled all of my luggage and my guide personally escorted me to the vehicle. There was no waiting, no crowds, just a smooth and efficient transfer directly to the airport. The captain and crew gave me a personal farewell, thanking me for joining them. This door-to-door service is one of the key perks of a premium package. It eliminates all the travel stress, allowing you to hold on to that blissful vacation feeling for just a little bit longer. So, let's break it down. What are the real pros and cons of each travel style? The budget trip is, obviously, much more affordable. For a fraction of the price, you get to see the same stunning landscapes. The biggest pro for me, though, was the social aspect. You meet so many interesting people from all over the world. You form a real bond. It's an adventure in the truest sense, rough around the edges, but full of heart. The cons. You have very little privacy. The boats can be crowded. The schedule is fixed. The accommodations are very basic. The food is very basic. On the flip side, the luxury trip is all about comfort, privacy, personalization. The biggest pro is having world-class destinations to yourself. The food is exceptional. The service is impeccable. The itinerary can be tailored exactly to you. linger longer at a spot you love, or skip one you don't. The primary con is the cost. It's a significant investment. You also miss out on the social, communal experience. It can feel isolating for solo travelers who like meeting people. Practical tips that apply no matter which trip you choose. Pack light, but smart. Reef-safe sunscreen, a light rain jacket, a reusable water bottle, your own snorkel mask. Bring enough cash. Philippine pesos. Safety first. Listen to the boat crew's safety briefing. Wear a life jacket when instructed. Stay hydrated. Wear a hat. Have a small first aid kit with antiseptic wipes and bandages. Be a responsible tourist. Never touch the coral. Don't take shells. Leave places better than you found them. Following these simple rules ensures that this paradise remains pristine for generations to come. Booking with a reputable, fully licensed operator like El Nido Tours/Sequest also adds a huge layer of safety and reliability. After experiencing both sides of Palawan, here's my final recommendation. It really comes down to who you are as a traveler and what you're looking for in a vacation. If you are a solo traveler, a backpacker, or a young group of friends on a tight budget, the budget trip is absolutely the way to go. The social atmosphere is fantastic. You'll leave with a camera full of amazing photos and a notebook full of new friends' names.